Yo, what's up? It's the Dark Horse. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. We're going to be jumping into, obviously, Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel. This is an interesting one because, obviously, I'm attempting to record shorts as well as main content. So, obviously, this is a kind of interesting playing field. I could, in theory, just go for it. Do we? Do we just use every card and push for it an attack? I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. Nah, we wait, we stall. I am gonna go with this and I'm gonna ready up because if it goes to the graveyard it's not too much of an issue. I obviously can bring out the other monster if need be. Obviously I think for us, I don't know, actually it's not a bad start off. Okay, immobilize. Tea's freshly made and it's still bloody cold. How does super speed work for immobilize? Does that counter it? We'll soon find out. Let's see. Oh ho ho ho! It does cancel it out. Okay, so we're slowly learning new things as we play this. So yeah, but it's interesting. Obviously, for the short content, I was trying to figure out a way where you can obviously see the whole duel field as well as zoom in on it. So yeah, I've kind of set it up to be both parts of that. I unfortunately missed out on the opportunity there because reinforcement played off. So solid play, well played, good job. I do have V Tiger Jet. I think I'm in at a point where I would love to go Firewall Dragon just to push it, just to go for those boundaries, but also I feel like until I can kind of get like a spell card, maybe stop defense. I don't have stop defense, I have enemy controller, or something that can allow me to go for that final attack in the last like playoff, then that would be great. But we will see. I don't know why this is slightly out of proportion, but yeah, I'm genuinely excited to see in how this new type of content plays out on both parts of short content and obviously the full main content. But okay, so Blue Eyes has come out. Galaxy Eye is going to target Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes are going to basically be negated, so its effect can't destroy, so that's good. Unless, yeah, no one really runs to Seal protection cards, Seal of Wickedness, so on the upside the monster is destroyed. I think I'm going to look at potentially running, I don't know, some back row destruction. I probably could go MST. We know the guy got the bonus card, so it could be Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction. There could be a solid selection of cards really there. I'm debating. The question is K-Po going to go for the attack off? I have one in the grave. I tribute 2 to bring out Firewall. Then I summon another, which will leave me with 1 spare card. Is it too early to go with that play? Obviously, I can pull off Firewall Dragon, but it's a question of you don't want to dive in too early. And that's one thing I used to learn in our older content, is the fact I would drastically cannonball into this kind of scenario. Okay, a Dark Magician burn play. This is good, because what I can do here is allow him to burn us all. And then, yeah, burn us all, and then I go for that final attack. But then again, I can still pop a card anyway. First I get super speed, so I get immunity to battle position change, so I could end this duel on K-Po, but I feel like I'd focus mainly on Jimmy or Yoshi, because they all, it's a difficult one, because obviously I would pop Dark Magician and attack K-Po, but K-Po's life points aren't going down, so until they will now though. But I feel like I'd have to go with my play to sustain this win. I say sustain. This dog's finished. K-Po's pretty much dead. I'm going to take burn damage. I could potentially hold down for 2nd place here, which I'm going to do. I'm going to take burn damage. I could potentially hold down for 2nd place here, which I'm going to do. Okay, poisonous winds as well. Okay. Yeah, we do that. Right, let's go. I'll have to get rid of all three, but it's fine. I'm going to play that in defense mode. And then... Yeah, we'll run with that. Okay. It all comes down to whatever that bonus card is that he pulled. Come forth, Firewall Dragon! Join us on the battlefield! Wow, why would you play it in defense mode there? Please tell me you've got some... Okay. Actually, no. Pop that. To be fair, no, that's fine. That's not a problem at all. Because now I can pop the Dark Magician. There's no burn cards, there's no spell card play. Obviously, he can go with, I don't know, enemy controller protecting himself. But I'm curious to what Jimmy CT has face down. Because if it's Mirror Force, this is going to end very badly. You haven't ended the duel. He doesn't want to take third place. So fair play, fair play. The Monster Reborn spell. So that was the bonus card you was able to attain. Well played. That's a little annoying. Because now my attack doesn't go through. The bonus card saved his life. At this point. Okay. Burn damage. I'm going to put... It's a tough one because obviously I want to run cards that can benefit me greatly. The only problem is I'm only going to have 1300 life attack left. The only thing I can really go with now is Decode. That's literally the play I can go with. He'll more than likely possibly bring out Dark Magician again, but the only thing is I don't want to deal with his Blaze or... I don't know. Does Jimmy have a monster? If he does, then yes, Firewall's destroyed. Is there a way of me getting Firewall Dragon back from the graveyard in regard to these decks? See, these are the questions I'm asking myself. And this is why we do this Road to Platinum, obviously test runs of these type of cards and decks, so we can see what needs to be added to make these decks better, and make them work on a more solid basis. So I'm going to need to find a way of getting Firewall Dragon back from the graveyard. I believe there is a card, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. Obviously, I'll have to do some research and see if I have that card, you know. But yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Okay. So Yoshi's on the solid protection play here. Spell card, increasing Dark Magician's attack. Activates effect, pops life point damage towards us. The only downfall here is... I love the idea of this deck, I do. Firewall going for that solid damage, but when it's unfortunate that the Monster Reborn had to be there, really. But yeah. I will take damage due to the explosion. And then I lose 300 life points. This is the only downfall. Once you lose Firewall, all your monsters are pretty much useless until you pull another Link monster. So potentially, I do have another Link monster, which is the Trickster, I believe. If I add that and Decode into the deck, then at least there's some kind of alternative. I could possibly run like reload and bounce off some burn damage due to the what's it called, snipe play. I feel like that's probably my probable play, really. But yeah, it's interesting because if we were still running Dark Magician, this could have been a quite interesting duel. But it's a work in progress, you know what I mean? You can't rush, obviously, building decks. And it baffles me that people are like, watching you play a new deck is painful. Mate, literally everyone started off shit with a new deck. That's the way it works. Okay, so why you gotta practice and learn how it's played and stuff. I'm gonna force forward on you. But yeah, I could potentially drop our Link Arrow cards, but they're too needed. I say too needed, but they are required. I'm a little annoyed that we haven't pulled enemy controller. That could have helped me out massively in the long run as well. I do have shackles, which would allow me to prevent something if I decided to go, but nothing's really moving at this point. But yeah, right, the life point damage pops off again. It's funny because we've got a Dark Magician burn playoff here. Imagine if it was a three-way. The spell card activates. Planting Blaze on me. Jeez. So what is that spell card? Select one lane. All opponent monsters gain Blaze and lose 500 attack. Interesting. Fair play, fair play. This is actually really comical at this point, you know. Is this guy's just, mate? I'm getting cremated out here. I'm literally just sat in a burning fire at this point. So what's my attack? 1300. So I will destroy. This guy has no cards left. So as long as I don't lose too much life points from here on out. Because how much does this burn me for? 200. Yeah, so I lose 400. Puts me on 1300. I may potentially be able to get a direct attack off. I might be okay for maybe third place. Compulsory evacuation. Oh, okay, that's actually solid. That's good. So that's skill negation anyway. Makes no difference. Destroy. Take 200 damage. Decode, where are you? But yeah, we're pushing into turn 8 now. The final turn. I suppose it's not all that bad. Although it is, really. Yeah. This is why I ran super speed, like, just solely for the fact that I was able to play that type of technique off if things did end up like this. But yeah, from what I'm looking at, okay, Galaxy Eye is going for negation. Dark Magician Girl special summons Dark Magician back from the graveyard, which I will get at some point, but I'm waiting for the new set because those cards actually are implemented in with new sets anyway, so it's more logical to buy the new set and possibly try pull them. But yeah. And also I get a guaranteed super rare soon enough anyway, so I could just do that. Mm-hmm. Other than that, mate, I've got nothing. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Mate, this guy's got like 5 spell cards ready to activate, mate. We're getting burnt. We're taking last place as well. That's actually really funny. The thing is, no one even focused on it. Obviously, don't get me wrong, there was a part of me considering going for Yoshi, but then I just kind of left it be. But yeah, it's also interesting to see when people watch this stream, obviously the videos and stuff, and they are already, you know, they see themselves in the videos. I find that quite comical. But yeah, this guy's pulled off Dark Magician well, man. It's because no one went for him at all throughout the start, so he could have just built up all those cards. But well played, man. Got one more spell? Yeah, Scroll of Bewitchment. That's a joke. 6,700, man. That's mad. See, obviously, mate. Oh. Fair play, fair play. Oh. Wow. He had life absorbing machine as well. Oh. The thing is, for me, yeah, I personally couldn't run that many spells in my Dark Magician build, solely for the fact that it would just be an absolute nightmare. Pardon me. But yeah, it is interesting, and I quite enjoy seeing the way other people run their decks. But yeah, man, it is beneficial to run that many spell cards, but when you're being targeted and you brick your hand or something, you know, you're screwed. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to figure out what cards I actually need when it comes to getting Firewall back. Okay, so I'm back. Basically, in regards to obviously the deck build we're looking at, I've considered obviously the options we've looked at in previous decks and obviously what cards would work well. Everyone's familiar with the card we ran with Seal, Link Rebo. I was going to add Trickster, but it was revolving around Snipe, and I am more focused on the Link Arrow play, so we don't have room for Snipe. Firewall gets destroyed very easily, so we went Samsara, which we use for Dark Magician for reincarnation. We also have Life Absorbing Machine, which will increase our life points. Trap Dust Shoot for protection against obviously monsters. I could, in theory, run Giant Trunade, but I was thinking I never really play off Giant Trunade, not often enough. Don't get me wrong, it is great to be able to attack directly and stuff, but I think Enemy Controller will help us out on that. I did consider running Pierce. Pierce could be good, but then it's only 1,300 damage when we're at 2,500. I am debating whether to drop Rush Recklessly, because it's great to help us get super speed, which obviously if we summon a high enough attack monster, even if it gets destroyed, it benefits us in the long run anyway. So Seal for like Guildford. I was thinking of the decks I've gone up against in the past. Also, we would be able to negate like Dark Magician's ability of inflicting burn. Well, obviously, yeah, burn damage. We've got immunity to destruction. Obviously not immunity to destruction, immunity to battle position change on our Bitron. I could drop it and potentially run, I don't know. It's a tough one because I wanted to run Sword and Shield as well, and it appears my game has crashed. So yeah, we will return with that very shortly. But yeah, basically, this is the one thing I hate about this game, about it being through mobile device as well. But it's all good. So it turns out it wasn't the program; it was just my bad internet. But yeah. Anyways, let's get into this ranked match. Let's go. obviously I was speaking about how I was going to play it and obviously looking at variation cards to actually benefit, but I thought there may be something that could bring back a Link monster back to your hand, but the best thing I could really find... Okay, it's crashed again. Cool.